N2MC. The Wednesday night TechNet will begin in 1 minute. N2MC. Good evening, everybody. This is N2MC. Frank has taken the night off, so you're stuck with me. Well, I'll try to do my best. That's all there is to it. This is the Wednesday night TechNet, a net to connect hams with questions, with the hams with answers, and to pose some FCC questions for those who are studying to upgrade or thinking about getting their ham radio license. This is N2MC. That is November 2, Mike Charlie. We are operating on the W2WCR linked repeater system. I believe that all of them are up and running as far as I know. I didn't flip around and check, but I think everybody is up and running and happy tonight. So this is N2MC. What are we going to do? We're going to open it up tonight. This net is for any registered ham radio operator. You do not have to be the member of a club or organization, but it's just a regular old ham radio operator to check in. This is N2MC looking for check-ins from those who are mobiles or portables or short on time. Call them out. Hearing nothing, I promise I'll try to make the questions as easy as possible. So, one more time for mobiles, portables, and short on time, or any emergency or priority traffic. I should have asked that before. If you do have any emergency or priority traffic, just say the word break or emergency, and we will suspend the net until your traffic has been handled. Let's go one more time for mobiles, portables, or short on time.
Well, as long as you're going to make the questions easy, N1NDN is temporarily portable.
This is N2MC. Looks like we got one brave soul, Bernie, N1NDN. Thank you for checking in first. You're going to make it a lot easier for everybody else. Let's see. Now we're opening up to everybody, anywhere, or any mobiles, any portables, people sitting home in their easy chairs, anybody, anywhere, call now.
This is Kilo Bravo 1 India Victor Echo Portable.
This is K1 BRN. I was trying to call earlier. I was on the wrong channel.
Let me make sure I have it. This could be a short hit tonight. Alright, so far we got N1NDN at the top, KB1IVE, and K1BRN. Anybody else who's joined in on the Wednesday night TechNet, call now.
This is N2TOM. Mickey, put me in and out. I can't stick around. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. N2TOM.
This is B2PLK, Ron Prospect. This is Kilo Alpha 2, Oscar Golf Oscar.
This is Kilo Charlie 2, Bravo Delta on Prospect.
This is Kilo Delta 2, Papa Hotel Kilo, over in Hartford on Prospect. Ted, Hudson Falls, Prospect. K2 BAX, Tony, 7-3.
Alright, let me pick it up here. Well, I feel better now that we have a few more in here. Frank would have fired me. He would never let me take the net again if I only had 3 check-ins. Thank you, Tom, N2TOM, for checking in and out. And then we have Ron, W2PLK, and KA2OGO, KC2BD, KD2PHK, KC2BLE, KA2BIX, and N1ZGA. Let's check one more time, see if anybody else wants to check in. And then we'll go through the list for the official rundown. Anybody else before we give the first official rundown?
Is AK6 NCU in and out tonight. Thanks, Mickey.
And thank you, Brett, for the in and out, KK6NCU. Alright, so here's the official rundown. Grab your pencils, or give it a sharp knife. You can carve it into your skin if you'd like. We're going to start off with N1NDN, down to KB1IVE. You send it to K1BRN, down to W2PLK, down to KA2OGO, over to KC2BD, down to KD2PHK, and to KC2BLE, and down to KA2BIX, and over to N1ZGA, live on YouTube. So if I watch it, will there be some kind of space-time continuum break? That'll be odd. Alright, so let's get up with the first one. I promised I'd make it a nice easy one. So I did skip the hard one, but this is from the technician class, so we should all be pretty good at this one. And I know that Bernie will. So let's see. Here's the first one. Which Q signal indicates that you are changing frequency? I'm not sure if we did this one lately, but yeah, let's go with this one. What Q signal indicates you are changing frequency? Is it QRZ? Letter B is QSY. Letter C is QRU. Letter D is QSL. And that's it. That's all there is. It's just letter D. So, is it QRZ, QSY, QRU, or QSL. Bernie, take it away on the first. N2MC.
N1NDN. Thank you for remaining true to your word. The answer is B, Bravo, QSY. N1NDN. Passing it over to, I don't know. I think it might have been Ethan.
Nope, over to Steve. KB1IBE. Go ahead. N2MC.
Well, even though I'll go B Bravo. That's a pretty simple one. Thanks for an easy one to start. I'm sure it'll get harder as we progress.
Go ahead and pick it up, Ethan. I think, anyway. K1, BRN from N2MC.
Yep, sorry, battery died. Had to change batteries. I'm going to go with option B as well. I will pass over to W2PLK from KD1 BRN. Yeah, wow. Okay, from K1 BRN.
W2WCR repeater.
Thanks. Yep, I agree. B. Let's go to Art, K2OGO from W2PLK.
Thank you. I also will go with letter B. K2OGO over to KC2BE.
Thank you, Art. I will definitely say BQSY also, and I will pass it over to you, Pete, KD2, PHK from KC2BD.
Thank you. I'm going with Bravo. I'll pass it to Ted. This is KD2PHK.
Thank you, Pete. I too am going to go with letter B and send it on to Tony, K2BIX, KC2BLE. KA2BIX, KC2BLE. Over to you.
That grabbed the wrong mic. I'm going to go with letter B, and I'm going to pass it over to Josh. N1ZDA.
Thank you, Josh. And amazingly, I think we got a clean sweep on that one. Well, I did try to make it easy. So yes, which Q signal indicates that you are changing frequency? That is QSY. And yeah, if you look it up, I just looked it up on Wikipedia to try to figure out where these things came from. And yeah, they got all kinds of information on here. Yeah, at one point it says, yeah, it does say commercial radio telegraph communication. But yeah, it's talking about the British government, you know, for British ships, all kinds of different ones. We should probably we should throw some of these other ones in here, like a QRG. What line do you belong to? Well, there you go. Never heard of that one before. But all right, let's see if anybody else wants to check in tonight to the Wednesday Night TechNet. You don't need to be a member of the club to check in. You can, as long as you're a ham radio operator, or as long as a ham operator is standing by as your control operator, you can even check in. Don't even have to be a ham radio operator, as long as you have one standing by. So, check in now. Anyone, anywhere. I hear nothing. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we got. All right, we're gonna try this. One's I would say this one's pretty good. I mean, it's not hard. So, alright, so here we go. General class, the 2019 pool. What control is typically adjusted for proper ALC setting on an amateur side or single sideband transceiver? Okay, I'll read it again. I screwed that up. Tongue got tied. What control is typically adjusted for proper ALC setting on an amateur single sideband transceiver? A, the RF clipping level. B, transmit audio or microphone gain. C, antenna inductance or capacitance. D, attenuator level. Alright, should I read through them again? Let me know, Bernie, if you want me to read through them one more time. If not, it's over to you, Bernie. N1 NDN, N2MC.
N1 in the end. I do not need a reread. The answer is B. But if there was such a thing as a audio clipping, then maybe it would be A as well, because that's what your mic gain does, sort of, at least on FM. Anyway, since we're talking about sidebands, the answer is B, Bravo, mic gain. N1 Indian, passing it over to the illustrious KB1IBE.
KB1IBE, portable-ish. So, B Bravo. That's how I set my radios, especially the 950. So, we'll go with that. Ethan, go ahead. KB1IBE about that portable.
Yep, I got the right channel this time. Yep, it's going to be Bravo. I actually, last week, I was messing with mine. Not just the mic gain, but the compression as well. Looking for a good balance between the two, so I didn't engage the ALC. But, yeah, definitely be Bravo. I'll pass it over to W2PLK from K1VRN.
Thank you. I agree. Bravo, Mike Kane. Over to Art from W2PLK.
Thank you. I also go with B. And with that, I'll turn it over to KC2BE from K2OGO.
Thank you, Art. Well, I'll also say B. The reason I got it because I'm learning to adjust it on Icom 7000. I learned combinations of compression and gain has to be adjusted, and you don't want to go out the red line or your signal will start distorting. So with that, I'll pass it over to you, Pete, K82PHK from KC2DD.
Thank you. I'm also going with Bravo, and I'll pass it to Ted. This is KD2PHK.
Thank you, Pete. And I, too, am going to go with Bravo. And I'll turn it over to Tony. K2VIX, KC2BLE.
Ted, I'll go with B, and I'll pass it over to Josh. N1 ZDA.
This is N2MC. You know, that is funny, because these are total random questions. They're supposed to be totally random, but you're right. That is funny. They both come out B. Weird. I wonder what this other one is. I just picked some random ones that seemed sort of easier. This one's a little bit more difficult. I'm not really, this one's not super easy, the next one here. But anyway, I am supposed to read it. So yes, So what control is typically adjusted for proper ALC setting on your amateur single sideband transceiver? That is your transmit audio or microphone gain. Letter A was the RF clipping level. It wasn't the audio clipping level. So, yeah, being RF clipping level, you can count that one out. D was attenuator level. You can count that one out. The other one's antenna inductance, so you can pretty much get rid of that. So that leaves B, transmit audio or microphone gain, which was, coincidentally, the same letter as the previous one. Now this one, I don't know. I'm not going to give anything away. Just keep my trap shut. And let's look for anybody else who would like to check in tonight to the TechNet here. We'll call it Frank's TechNet. Since Frank is he's taking the night off, he said that's it. No, he's actually over at his sister's house, so no problems. It's not sick or anything like that. Just taking the night off, saying goodbye to his sister. I guess he's heading back home, and so I said no problem. I would pick it up. So let's see if anybody else would like to check in. Anyone, anywhere, and you do not have to be a member of any club or organization, just a ham radio operator. Check in now.
W2WCR repeater.
This is KD2VSD, Tony.
All right, well, we picked one more up, so maybe I won't get fired from my job here. We got KD2VSD. Tony, thanks for checking in. We'll put you on the end of the list. Josh, N1ZGA, after you're done, pass it on to Tony, KD2VSD. And Tony, when you're done, pass it back to net control. This is N2MC. Let it roll here. All right, here is a question from the extra class, the one you all been waiting for. What happens to the radiation pattern of an unterminated long wire antenna as the wire length is increased? All right, so I'll read that again for you. What happens to the radiation pattern of an unterminated long wire antenna as the wire length is increased? Letter A, the front to back ratio decreases. Letter B, the vertical angle increases. Letter C, the lobes align more in the direction of the wire. Letter D, the lobes become more perpendicular to the wire. So there's a nice little question there. I don't think I've ever seen it. So, Bernie, what do you think happens to the radiation pattern here? N1NDN, N2MC.
All right, so much for staying true to your word. This one's going to stump me. My gut says letter A. That's what my gut says, and they always say go with your gut. So for once in my life, I'm going to go with my gut. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I think happens. Letter A. And I don't even remember the answer. I just remember, yep, that's what I think. So, we'll see how badly pummeled I get on this one. N1NDN. Passing it over to KV1IBE.
Well, let's see. That's a toughie. So I think I'm gonna just follow the shepherd and go with A. So because I have absolute no clue. So even though I've got a long wire up, but yep, I'm gonna go with letter A. Ethan, hopefully you know the answer to this one.
Don't follow Bernie. Don't follow Bernie. Go ahead, Ethan.
Yeah, I wasn't. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna follow him because in my head, I don't know anything about this, right? I know a little bit, but my gut doesn't say that. When you were explaining it, I was picturing it in my head. Oh, so I'm assuming a perfectly resonant antenna that's a long wire is almost like a vertical, where the radiation pattern is like a big donut. And I feel like the longer you stretch that wire, if you're staying on the same frequency, I think it would extend the radiation pattern. Like almost like taking that donut and stretching it out so it would reach more towards the end of the antenna. I could be completely off track here. This is majorly a guess. I'm not an extra. So I'm going to go with Charlie, and we'll see if that gets me anything. Pass it over to W2PLK from A1BRN.
Well, whether it's right or wrong, you've got company. That kind of jumped out at me. And we'll find out whether I should be humiliated for all time or not. Let's go to Art from W2PLK.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm not positive on that either. So, well, I think I'll go down to C. C and A sound pretty good to me, but can't have them both. And with that, I'll turn it over to KC2BE from KA2OGO.
Okay, thank you. When I was studying for my lecture, I had a similar question, but it wasn't about an NFIT. It was about dipoles. So a couple of these answers I think are dipoles, but I'm C also. I feel better about that. So with that, I'll pass it over to you, Pete. KD2 PHK from KC2BD.
Thank you. I'm also going with Charlie. The longer the wire, the more it starts to go in the direction of the wire and not perpendicular with it. So, Charlie. And with that, I'll go to Ted. This is KD2PHK.
Well, thank you, Pete. I don't like the way this thing is written, but I'm gonna go with Charlie also on this one, and I'll send it out over to Tony. KA2BRX, KC2BLA.
Ted, I'm going to go with Charlie also. And I'm going to keep it to Josh. This is KD2BX over to N1CDA.
No, Josh, you forgot me. I'm a different Tony. I'm Tony T. Well, I'm thinking something to do with the caps not being, or the wire not being capped at the end, pardon my terminology and everything, but it seems to me that that would allow the radio waves to elongate, which I believe is the Charlie answer. So that's what I'll go with. And now back to Mickey, N2MC from KD2VSD. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, there's two Tonys now. What are we going to do? Shoot, I think there was one, what do we have? I think we had three Tonys on that one net. That was really scary that day. All right, so let me see. Well, let's read this little beauty off here. What happens to the radiation pattern of an unterminated long wire antenna as the wire length is increased? So we had A, front to back ratio decreases. B, vertical angle increases. C, the lobes align more in the direction of the wire. Or D, the lobes become more perpendicular to the wire. So we had a couple, we tricked a few people, so that's pretty good. Not really tricked them, but. So this one, I didn't really know it either. go. That's something, we learned a little bit of something here. So that's pretty good. Yeah, the lobes align more in the direction of the wire. So, something to remember, I guess, right there. I don't know how long the wire has to be. It just says wire length is increased. And it doesn't really say, if it's resonant or not. It's just a long wire antenna, unterminated long wire antenna. So I guess that would be a fun little test in the park to do, I guess, to see if if we lengthen up the wires, see if we get a different radiation pattern. That'd be interesting. So, all right, let's see if anybody else wants to jump in for the last round. Anyone, anywhere wants to jump into the last round of the TechNet? Come now.
W2 WCR repeater.
All right, hearing nothing. I do believe that this weekend is the, Amateur Radio Day? Something like that. World Amateur Radio Day, I believe. So, there should be some special events on this weekend. I believe it's on the 18th. I'm trying to look it up as we speak. So I believe on the 18th is, it doesn't tell me. So I think it's on the 18th anyway. I'll know by the end. Yep, April 18th is World Amateur Radio Day. WARD. So there'll be some special events out there with WARD on there, and there'll also be some Canadian ones with RAC. What is that one? I don't know what that one stands for. Maybe Radio Amateur Communications. I don't know. Or Canada. So they look like Canada ones. So that's all we got going on. We do have a field day coming up. NY2SL is the field day committee chairman. So if you want to get on the field day committee, send him out an email or get a hold of him. He's setting up a meeting for next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, so it's 1 week from now. So get a hold of him, and we'll get together and try to set up some stations, see what he needs. There's going to be some different things that we'll need to do. If we want to get to the top of the mountain, in order to keep with the COVID and the social distancing. So, let me let this roll for a second. And I think that's about it that I have on that one. So let's see if anybody wants to check in this last go around. Say your 73s. Let us know if anybody has anything to buy or sell or trade. Any other general comments or suggestions? All that good stuff. Let's see if anybody else wants to check in before we roll it down the list here. Nothing heard. I think that I'm going to sell something. So, oddly enough, I never sell anything. I like just to keep on collecting things. But I'm going to have to try to get a little something lighter. I don't know if anybody's heard. So we went on a hike last Saturday. We did pretty good. Got a little lost. We did activate Grant Mountain and also the Moreau Lake State Park. So that was awesome. After that, Alex and I, we went for a hike around the top of the mountain, back around the little lake there. And, so I brought my 100-watt radio, which the pack and the radio, the water, my whole kit is about 26 pounds. But after that 10 miles was up, I was ready to go QRP. So, not QRT, I mean QRP, as in a little bit lower power, because, they got heavy at the end. And if I'm going to go camping with a tent and sleeping bag and all that, so I'm going to have to save up my cash so I can buy a QRP rig. So I am going to sell. I'm getting rid of my Yaesu FTDX 3000. So if anybody is interested in it, there is a quirk with it. Here, let me let this roll. I'll save the quirk right here, and then you'll know. Being stupid as I am, I connected a microphone that I bought at the Ham Fest. I said, what can happen? I connected the microphone to the front. I guess it didn't have the Yaesu pinout on it. It plugged in fine, but the radio clicked, which didn't really seem weird. And so then when I went to transmit on it, every time I transmit from the front of the radio, it goes into the fast mode. So when you dial, so when you turn the big dial, it goes into the fast mode, which is just darn weird. So that's the quirk with it. So what I do is I hook in my PTT button from the back, and it works fine, no problems whatsoever. That's how I've been using it for the last year or whatever it was, or 2 years. That happened shortly after I bought it, just being stupid. So those who buy ham radio mics, make sure the pins are right before you plug them into your radios, because they may screw them up like that one is. So yeah, so I'm going to sell that. If anybody's interested, let me know. Yeah, it'll be a pretty good deal because it does have a quirk with it there. So, all right, that's all I got. Bernie, anything on your side? N1 NDN, take it away for the last go around. N2MC.
N1NDN, so many things to sell, so little time. I have a QRP radio, a Yaesu FT817. This comes with a matching tuner, the nifty manual, the regular manual, the programming cable, and I think, 2 batteries. Comes with the WinCamp 3 amp hour battery, and then it comes with the original Yaesu battery as well. They're all in good shape. In fact, they're in excellent shape. I bought it from a guy, and he took really good care of it. And it comes in a Pelican-ish case. It's not a true Pelican case, but it's pretty rugged. And the phone's been all cut out to accommodate the radio and the tuner and everything. It's pretty slick, but it's QRP. Anyway, that's $600 all in. That's case, radio, tuner, everything. And I also have a Baofeng Tri-Band. This is a UV82X3, so it's 2 meters, 220, 440, and it comes with the battery and I guess that's it, just the battery, and of course the antenna. I think I might be able to scrounge up some other goodies with it, but that's all I can promise right now. So it's a Tri-Band, $30 for that. And what else? Well, that's what I have. I also have an ELAD FDM Duo. This is also a QRP radio, and it has a matching amplifier and speaker. And this radio requires some show and tell. I bought it as a QRP radio. That's what I wanted. And then when I saw the whole package, I said, well, geez, I got to get that too. And as a package, it makes an incredible station. It's 120 watts, and it's really designed to plug into a computer for digital work. And let me roll it. It has 9 receivers when you hook it to a computer. You can see and hear 9 separate things on different bands and so on. It's a rocket ship. I have not played with the computer software yet. It's free. I've been playing with the radio and the amp and the speaker. And the speaker also has filters. I mean, this thing is just all jacked up. It's a cool little rig. You can look them up online. Not real popular around here. I don't know anybody that has one. That's probably why I bought it, to play with radios. So I bought it, but I don't see where it's going to fit my particular setup. But it would be perfect for somebody looking for a full-blown station, and then you can take the radio out and run QRP somewhere in a park or backpack. It's small and it's light. So that's look it up if you have questions. You know how to reach me. That's not going to go particularly cheap. That package goes for over $2,000, brand new. It's like I said, it's in line with Elecraft stuff. It's more Elecraft than Yaesu or Icom or whatever. It's quite a rig. So anyway, if you're interested in that, let me know. Other than that, the QRP FT817, that's ready to fly, and the Baltic. N1 Indian, okay, I've rattled on enough. And over to KB1IVE.
W2 WCR repeater.
Okay, KB1IVE. Thanks, Bernie. Yep. Rattle, 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 ramble, ramble, ramble. Your radio, Mickey. Well, I don't know. I might be interested. Who knows? I know you just picked up a 950 from Bernie. Nice radio. Still learning to drive that. So, can I fit another radio in the room? I don't know. There's a possibility. But definitely need antennas. So, the summer project will be antennas. So, not sure what we're going to construct yet, but we'll see. But I'll let you know. I'll see if I can swing up the readies for that one. That's a possibility, unless somebody grabs them first. Anyway, nothing else to add. We'll say 731 and all, and thanks for running the show, Mickey. Mr. Ethan, go ahead.
Hi, sir. I don't have anything for sale. I don't have the money to buy anything. But KB1IVE, I did hear you trying to work the same guy as me on HF the other day. You come in loud and clear for my location. I forget if it was 20 or 40. But yeah, that was kind of cool. It's the first time I heard someone local trying to work the same guy. Yep. So I will pass it over to W2PLK from K1BRN.
Thanks. I'm here. And the subject of the mountain reminded me, does anybody know if the mountain is open now? I have a friend whose mother is visiting from another part of the country, and she expressed an interest. Anyhow, that's it. And I still have a 7300 for sale. I said I was going to put it up on QRZ, but I'm procrastinating. Sooner or later, it'll get up there. Anyhow, 73 to everybody. And over to Art from W2PLK.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening and everything. No, we haven't got a thing going on and nothing going out the door or anything. So with that, I'll turn over to KC2DE.
Well, I guess I'll just say 73s. Thanks for running the net, Mickey, and thanks for getting the hike organized, and I learned a lot. So I was curious, Tony, if you're still on K2VIX, did you buy a radio at HRO? Let us know when it comes to your turn. KD2PHK. Over to you, Pete, from KC2VD.
Hey, thank you. Bernie, I'll take your Baofeng. I don't have a 220 radio, so that would be fun. And also, a long time ago, you ordered a microphone for a Baofeng for me. Surely it must have come 6 months ago. If you could give me an update on that.
It's actually attached to the you're trying to sell. N1 NDN.
Okay, well, thank you. Let's make a deal. You got my number. Sounds good. And with that, I'll pass it to Ted. This is KD2BHK.
Thanks again, Pete. Well, I don't buy anything or selling anything. I buy stuff, something, but that's on back order from R&L, so I haven't got it yet, so I can't say that I bought it. It's not a radio, so don't get excited. Let's see. But I'm not selling anything. So I'll say 73. Pass it on to Tony. Oh,
breakfast tomorrow. Everybody, don't forget. Breakfast at Steve's place tomorrow at 10. Everybody's invited. Y'all know how that works. Just a reminder, tonight's Wednesday night. Tomorrow's Thursday. That's breakfast. Looking forward to it. Always a great time. And with that, I'll pass it on to Tony. KA2BIX. KC2BLE 73 all. Good night. Log your time.
K2EX, and about that 450 ran into from HRO there about, I don't know, a couple months ago. But we are going down in whether it be next week or the first week of May. We're just, Frank and I are saving our money. We don't know what we want. We're going to buy another radio, though. I am. He says he is too, so it's just a matter of going down. What week we go down. The longer we go, the more money we have. That's the way we look at it, Ern. It's just a matter of what we're going down, what we're going to buy, and which one we're going to buy. We're both leaning, and Lenny too. Lenny wants to get that 10, so we're leaning towards that. So we don't know. We don't know what the hell we're going to buy. We get down there, we'll find out when we get down there. But you know, when they get down there, we'll see what they got, and we'll go from there. I'm not sure. As long as it's Yaesu, I don't care. I like Yaesu. I'm a Yaesu guy, you know. But that's the way I look at it. And you know how that goes. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot now. Ted quit being so smarted. Ted broke down, and he bought himself a 2-meter antenna. All aluminum. He bought the biggest one that MFJ has, which was over $100. And of course, it's backlogged, you know, but it's 25 feet tall. So I can't wait to see this sucker, all aluminum. I looked around and think he's going to get out like a bandit, out of clear blue sky. I take my hat off to the guy. He told me that. I almost fell out of the chair. So did Lenny. We both said that, and Frank, and we're very proud of him. So we can't wait to see the antenna. I may order one myself if it was any good. So I'm waiting for to see it. So I'm proud of you, Ted. And so I want everybody to know that he did break down. He bought himself a good antenna. But I'm leaning towards I might order the next couple of days. There's a tuner out there that goes with a 450. I might just order that automatic tuner just for the 450. Second unit for field days. It's supposed to be made just for the 450, the 950, the 1200, and a couple other models we need. So I might order one of them just for field day. I got the D5RD now for a field day. It's sitting here, so we're all set with that. Plus, I'll have a couple other antennas I plan on making. That's what we plan on doing for field day. Oh, and let me roll this. We are having a meeting at 11 o'clock up there in that restaurant on the top of the hill. I get it next to the Northway there on Wednesday. And Steve wanted me to let that out. And we're filling out a 9-page questionnaire about the Krovic things, about how we're serving, how we're food, what we're doing. We have to have a station set up so that people can spray their stuff with that stuff. You know that. What do you call that stuff there? We got to spray their hands with a hand sanitizer. You got to have to wear a mask except when you eat. Put it right back on after that. And the food has to have covers and stuff. So it's good. We're going to have to buy some extra stuff to make sure that everything is done. I don't care what we got to do. We're going to do it. It's simple as that. As long as we get him up on top of the hill, I don't care. As long as we can do it, that's what I say. We're going to do it. So there'll probably be a couple $100 extra stuff we have to buy, but we got to buy in station. So just want to let everybody know it's coming. So that's what's coming. What else? That's what Steve told me that. So, and that's coming down the line. So we're looking forward to that. And that's about all I got. And take me on the line up. And I'll meet you over, you know where, Ted. So get you there. So 73. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope to see everybody at breakfast tomorrow. 73. I'll turn over to Josh. This is KTBX.
W2WCR repeater.
Thank you, Josh. It's actually Tony T for Tango. My last name begins with T. Anyways, no problem there. I just wanted to let Tony F, KA2BIX, know that I did decide, well, Frank and I went over to Bernie's house with Frank, and we looked at that vertical. I don't know if Tony's still on, still listening, or if he switched over yet. But I told Bernie, I go, my wife would kill me if I put something like that up. So we talked about it a bit and everything, and I did decide on an ultralight junior 73-foot dipole with a ladder line on it and everything, which I ordered. Frank came back over to my house, so this will get me 80 to 10 meters, and that's fine with me. Right now I got that 40-meter dipole that Tony made for me, and that's working pretty good. I hit Ohio pretty clear today. Last night I was having trouble propagating, and from what I was hearing, a lot of people were. But let me roll a sec. But anyways, so I'm waiting for that. That's well, it should be here next week, and Frank said he'd help me shoot it up in the sky. So I appreciate Tony's input, Bernie's input, Frank's input. As everybody knows, I'm just a beginner here and trying to feel my way through the dark. So thank you all. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control, Mickey, N2MC, 73s, everybody. And Mickey, thank you for running the show tonight.
Thank you, Tony. And, yeah, we're all beginners, that's for sure. Some of us are just a little older beginners than others, because we're all learning. There's no way, I don't think there's any way you can learn everything about the ham radio hobby. There's always something that you're going to be a beginner at. So, all right, let me see. Let's see if anybody wants to check in at the end here, and do your last hurrah before I check out. Anybody else who wants to check in? Give me a call now. N2MC.
Hey, Mickey, it's K2GFI, Bob. Just calling to say hello. I've been listening in. Finally got all my antennas up in the air. My 80 meters up, my 40 meters up, and my fan is up, and my 2-meter beam is up. All redone and reorientated. All new stations now to play with. But just checking and checking out. Say hello to everybody. 73. I will try to make it to breakfast in the morning if I don't go fishing in the morning. So if I see you, I'm not fishing. K2GFI.
Thanks for checking in, Bob. K2GFI. Anybody else out there?
Thank you, K2JOE. Just checking in and out. One quick question. Does anybody know if the testing is still going on in Amsterdam this weekend?
Thanks for checking in here. Let's see if anybody know about that. Go ahead and jump in now. Well, I guess not. Anything else before you jump out, Joe?
Nope, that's it. I just wanted to say hello to everybody and just checking in and out. And you guys all have a good evening. And thank you very much. K2JOE.
Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still going on. Yeah, the easiest way is to get on the internet here and type it in and give them a call just to make sure. Yeah, that's a good question. I can't answer that one. So maybe in the meanwhile, if you stick around, maybe somebody will have the answer for you as we speak. You never know. All right, let's wrap this thing up here. This is N2MC, thanking the Warren County Office of Emergency Services for the use of repeater system, all those amateurs who have stood by, and all those amateurs who have checked in. This is N2MC. We're going to close the net and return it over to normal amateur use. N2MC, out.
N1NDN, KC2BD.
And one NDN mobile.
Bernie, I got a question. I bought a MiFi 8800L Jetpack hotspot, mobile hotspot from Verizon. I had a credit of $450, so I picked one up. Just let it drop.
W2 WCR repeater.
I picked it up to use it for D-Star in my car with a 7100. Are they difficult to set up, do you know?
No, it's super easy. You need your hotspot. You use the MiFi just provides you with Wi-Fi. The MiFi provides you with Wi-Fi, and then you just take your hotspot and hook it up to the Wi-Fi.
If you're mobile, it's running off the cellular. There's a card in it. It's got a number, so it's running off the cellular, right? Of course.
Right, but the radio, D-Star needs an MMDVM port, so you still got to have a hotspot of some sort.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, so you're still gonna need like a Zoom spot or something.
Yeah, the OpenSpot 3 has a battery, and you could just pop that in the car and take it with you. I don't know about Spot 2. The Zoom Spot would need a power source. So, now you need a cigarette lighter plug to plug into that, that goes down to 5 volts to run the Raspberry Pi. It gets complicated. I've done it. And it works fine.
Okay, I was looking at, probably I'll wait till next month and, pick up, HRO's got 2 models of, Zoom spots. And I bought the top line because it was $40 off for the house. I, using that for the 705 in the house right now. But, I think I'm going to buy their lesser price model. Probably be, best for me.
Yep, just keep in mind that you still have to power that. So you're going to need you could just get a USB adapter, from Amazon or whatever, a cigarette lighter plug that gives you USB power, and use that to plug it into the Raspberry Pi so you'll power it. And then you just use the MiFi as the internet source, that's all. I used D-Star once, mobile, and it was not a good experience because I couldn't hear anybody. But I was using an HT when I did it, and with a mobile, it might be a different story. But yeah, you're going to need something that the radio is going to talk to. I think you should look at an OpenSpot 3, even though they're more expensive, because it has a battery. You just pop it right on the front seat with you.
Right now, my OpenSpot 2 is sitting there, looking at me, doing nothing on DMR, because I still haven't been able to get my password from Brandmeister. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that, but the OpenSpot 3, do you know what they run for, Bernie?
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're like $280, I think. The OpenSpot 2 has the same problem. It requires power. I don't think it has a built-in battery.
No, it doesn't. It requires power. It seems like Zoom spots with using Pi-Star is a lot more user-friendly. I don't know.
Oh, without a doubt. I like a zoom spot a lot better, but keep in mind that you're not going to be viewing it on a computer unless you bring a computer with you too. You think about all the pieces in the puzzle. You have to replicate that in a car. So your best bet is to have the simplest device possible. And PiStar is a computer. It's where the open spots they're also computers, but they're a little more hardwired. You do stand the chance of corrupting the SD card on a Raspberry Pi if you've got the ignition and you're turning the car on and off all the time. Whereas the OpenSpot 3 would continue to run because it's running on a battery, and it would stay connected to the MiFi because that also runs on a battery. So the internet and D-Star would always work. I think that would be the least painful, but also the most expensive way.
Yeah, okay. The reason why I got this particular model, it has test ports, and the test, I talked to the technician of Verizon, I told him, it has to be able to hook an external antenna to. And he told me you can hook an antenna to the MiFi through the test port.
Yeah, you can. I've got several of those 8800s. They're nice units, and you can hook an antenna to it. I don't think you'll need to. Around here, you pop it on the dash. Away you go. But in the glove compartment, it'll still get a cellular signal, or at least around here. And if you're out in the boonies, like when we go up to Indian Lake, I have to use the external antenna. I have to prop it upside down in a window and do my fancy dance to make it work and everything, because the cell signal up there is pretty bad. But, around here, between here and wherever, as long as you stay in anything urban, you don't need an external antenna at all.
Okay, well, I'll experiment. I've got an antenna coming if I need it, so it wasn't that much. Okay, well, I'll probably wait till the first and pick up an OpenSpot 3. I may need you to help me configure that. Dave does not do OpenSpots.
Okay, yeah, I can help you with that. That has a built-in battery, and it either has an app for your phone or it just works very well with your phone, one or the other. You could experiment with your OpenSpot 2, and you could just get a USB connector for that and hook it into your car. It should work, but I don't know. The OpenSpot 3 just has a built-in battery, and I think it would work better. But I've never owned an OpenSpot 3, so I can't tell you much about it. I had an OpenSpot 1, and I gave it to my father, and that thing's been running flawlessly. They just go for it. They're rock solid. The OpenSpot 3 does have some bad reviews for one reason or another. I don't remember what. But if you have anything that runs on a battery, which I don't know of any PiStar units that do, then that would be a better choice. And the MiFi runs on a battery. So the two battery-operated things will always run whether the car is on or off. It doesn't matter. And, the radio just uses that to talk on D-Star. Yeah, I hope it works. I really do. It's, it'll be fun. I've used DMR like that extensively, and it works great. I had no trouble with it. D-Star, I used it once, and the audio was just so bad. I couldn't do it. So that's my experience. And one in the end. All right, I'm going to jump out. I'm in my driveway. I'll talk to you later.
W2WCR repeater.
Okay, thanks, Bernie. I'll catch you later. Anyone in the NKC2BD 73. Clear.
K2GFI, if anybody's still on there, does anybody have a moment to jump over to 10 meters 28400 and see if my antenna configuration is going to work any better for our net on Monday nights?
I can jump over there 28400.
K2GFI QSY, I'll be right there.
is KC2BD. I'll go on over.
Sure.
Party on 10 meters, and 2MC.